everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mansion, and your, 1 second. I keep doing this every day. I don't mean to do that. It knocks all the decks behind me down. Forgive me, I'll start over. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. I am extremely motivated, excited, filled with energy, joy. I don't know, I woke up that way. There's so much that's been going on. I know you probably feel that in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of reasons for it, so I want to get to that for you. But I do want to say, for those that are new, welcome. I genuinely appreciate you checking me out and seeing if you like what you see. And definitely people coming back. I absolutely adore and appreciate, and I'm incredibly thankful to you for your support, because it means so much to me. You know, I love doing this. I've done it for years. I do it, you know, obviously in my day life, not so much right now, but you know, I still have availability to do readings for people. But with this technology aspect of things, you know, just the comments that come back to me and such it's all I need. It's just that interaction, you know, if I'm doing something that works for you or it feels right, it's so nice to know. And it makes me want to do even more. But also, you know, anytime you comment, I promise I'll return that, okay? There's never too much going on that I won't do that for you. But today it's really kind of cool. If you are new, I have a format. I do 2 sun sign readings every day. And I do it in order for the featured sign, I call it. And right now we're on the sign of Virgo. So I start with Aries and with Pisces. I do it for the beginning of the month, and then I do a mid-month reading. And at the end of the month with extra days, I do bonus readings. And so with this beautiful Virgo featured sign today, I'm going to pick right in front of you a spiritually guided, higher, I should say highlighted connection for you, Virgo. And so let me pick that first, because it's hard to chew gum and talk at the same time these days with the Mercury retrograde. I don't want to push my luck. Okay, so I do want to say, and I love this combination for you, Virgo. In fact, I'm almost positive, I have it over there, but I'm almost positive you got this definitely in January. If not the beginning, it was the mid-month. But I did say, and I will mention again, that if I get the same highlighted connection 2 days in a row, I won't do that. Just to be fair, okay? And I did get that with the beautiful sign of Leo as the featured sign yesterday. So let's try again. Okay, and there's Scorpio. Now, I don't know what's happening, but that Scorpio energy, well, what am I talking about? We had a Scorpio moon not that long ago. It was just a day or so ago. We're now in Sagittarius moon. But yeah, so let's go with it, because this is absolutely a very, very repeated pattern and connections that I see in definitely romantic, definitely long-term relationships, whether it be committed marriage, you know, committed in any form. It could be certainly work partnerships and whatnot, but it just works. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. I will talk a little bit about each sun sign, of course, and your personality traits, which is really what the whole aspect of the sun signs represent. It is the month, day you're born, and it is the sun in your first house, which represents you, okay? And then it's your desires, your ego, your energy, your motivations, things that really get you going. You're interested in your things that give you that drive and that external pleasure. And certainly, you know, who you resonate with, who you tend to connect with on a regular basis. And so, yes, so for those of you that are thinking, oh, well, I'm a Virgo, but I don't really know anything about a Scorpio, please be patient, and you can certainly fast forward, but I do read 3 specific major messages, and you may have friends or family members of this, it might interest you. There's 3 categories I'll read for this highlighted connection of Virgo and Scorpio, and then I go on to read the 3 very important oracle messages from my divinations that I adore, and I change them up, you know, every, you know, the beginning of the month, mid-month, and the next month, because there's so many, it's like a kid in a candy store. I'm excited I got a lot of new ones as well. But yeah, so there's something for everybody in my readings. And as I always say, and repeat myself for those who are coming back, love of all kinds, okay? Certainly self-love, love of your interests, love of your family, love of your, your job, your loved ones, in all capacities. So let's talk about Virgo. Virgo is a earth element. And Virgo is one of the more intelligent signs. They're an analytical sign without a doubt. They are a mutable earth sign, which I always say is different in the sense that earth signs in general are known to be very grounded, very, very predictable, sensible, kind of low-key a lot of times. And if someone says to me watching, I'm a Virgo and I'm not low-key at all, that makes sense too, but has a lot to do with all the other planets in your natal chart. I always recommend you check that out, because the sun sign is just 1/12 of your incredible, many-layered aspects of who you are, which is what got me started when I was 12 years old, literally. So I just know that Virgos have this incredible intensity within them, even though they're the earth sign, to better themselves, to learn, to grow, to expand, to teach, to help. Their main thing that I've ever known for every Virgo, it doesn't matter what field they're in, they know a lot, they have a lot of knowledge, and they want to help others with that knowledge, and they honestly do. I can turn to my Virgo friends I've had for years, or people that are in professions like my chiropractor, and it just never ceases to amaze me. We're in the health field together as a massage therapist, and we definitely refer clients to each other and such. But I will ask a specific thing, for example, a pending surgery coming up. So much knowledge, so incredible, so good at what she does. Just one of the best. You're not going to find many Virgos who are, just so-so in whatever occupation or whatever interest they have. They have to do better. They want to learn more. They want to be the head of the class, and they generally are. And people respect them for that. Not to mention their organization skills and their ability to just, plan ahead and understand that whole timing thing in life. The only thing I will say about that, Virgo, for you right at this moment is, yes, we do have the Mercury retrograde occurring. It is in Aquarius, which, by the way, is actually very, very good for you. It works for you really well, as different as the air versus earth elements are. That's one of those times that I've seen, once again, many connections with these two elements of earth and air, particularly Aquarius and Virgo. Just because you just complement each other, you just fill in each other's needs, where the other doesn't. It's a beautiful harmonizing energy for the two of you. But I digress. So you're in a Mercury retrograde. The ruling planet for you is Mercury. So that's where I was going. And so there's going to be a little bit more of delays and confusion, not so clear-headed as you can be. And when you know it's Mercury retrograde, it feels a lot better. I'm just going to let you know, you're not losing your mind. There's probably more information coming in than you can really do anything with. That's what's happening with me. Now, I'm a Libra. I have 4 major planets in air. My Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars. So we're in the predominance of air with Aquarius right now. There's going to be a total of 6 planets in Aquarius, including this new moon on the 11th, which is, I'll come back to, but it's super important for every one of us, and beautiful and positive. But yeah, mind. And I think that's what I do think you do well with Aquarian energy, is because you like thinking, you like studying, you like expansion, that's the mutable part of you, versus other earth signs that tend to be, kind of set in their ways about stuff. They don't really want to expand. They like what they're doing. If it's working, if it's not broke, why fix it kind of mentality. But no, you are open to change, and it may be a little slower than, another person, but when you do, and you adapt very well. And so I can just say, in a nutshell, you are a loving person of great devotion, loyalty, reliability, you can be reserved. You don't necessarily show it outwardly. Some people do in Virgo, and once you get to know them, you really, really can appreciate them and for who they really are. And they have a good sense of humor and all the wonderful things that, have. They're just a little bit, you know, they're not necessarily forthcoming in that, but I appreciate Virgos greatly, and I love their steadfast kind of let's keep it together, let's keep it practical, let's not go crazy and, you know, like an emergency or something. They'll be the cool-headed one there, you know. So it's wonderful, and it's long-term with them. They're not, you know, they're not superficial to me at all. They just like to have friends for a long time, or relationships. They really like to work through things and make them last. And then you have this beautiful connection with Scorpio. And Scorpio is a water element. So Scorpio is the emotion part of, you know, themselves, which is the predominance in their personality, is their sensitivity and emotion. And yes, I say it every time, of the 3 water signs, there's more of an intensity with the Scorpion than the Pisces or Cancer. There's the equally amount of sensitivity and deeply felt emotions. You know, they are very much in their emotions. They're raw. They're like, I always use the analogy of a child that's young and can't speak, but they're just like, they feel everything. They're like, I'm mad, or I'm happy, or whatever. It's just, it's all out there. It's not, you know, it's not filtered. It's not fake. It's the real deal, and that's what you're going to get with Scorpio. And it's beautiful. Excuse me. To me, it's beautiful because I like dealing with the real deal. So there's the authenticity with you, Virgo, and you're going to get that with Scorpio, which I think is very, very appealing and attractive right off the bat. The Scorpio is definitely a fixed sign, so they're set in their ways. And like I said, you can be as well, Virgo. You know, I think it's harder for you to forget things that went wrong, or that, you know, in some way that you were injured or hurt. I think that's true, but I think you do eventually. You do remember it. You just let the emotional part go away. Scorpios don't necessarily forget or let the emotional part go away when they've been wounded or hurt, because they're so interested in being, you know, forthright and honest with you that they want that in return, understandably. And so they make great friends, great lovers, absolutely. They have a deep passion, and they feel like the physical aspect in a relationship, the intimacy, is absolutely imperative, because it definitely shows them who you are under, you know, into the soul, and under the parts that you can't see, you know, the spirit, the feelings, all those things come to mind. So it's exciting, and it's one of those things where, you know, they are quite possessive when they like things and want things. So they're not going anywhere either, as long as they're feeling that trust and that confidence of the relationship, which comes through time, you know, and love language and all the things that always evolve in relationships of all types. But this is a really very beautiful duo, and like I said, it could definitely be in all different forms of connections. The Pluto aspect, the ruling planet of Pluto, makes that transformational very evident. I find that they're always going inward, these Scorpios, and they're thinking, not unlike you, Virgo, how can I be my best, and how can I let go of the things that I know aren't great about me, but still accept them, and, you know, just recognize and appreciate and acknowledge and all those things. It's a constant thing going on with this Pluto influence, and it's to better themselves and other people. They love to teach, they love to share, they're extremely interested in the mind and intellect, which of course you are too, Virgo. So you see where I'm going. A lot of beautiful qualities that you both share, and I don't know, I like this a lot. So I'm feeling like I like to say ahead of time, because a lot of my readings are definitely done by the symbology of the tarot, and they're traditional meanings, but there's a lot of input, and I would say channeled, because it's just information that comes in sometimes so fast, and I talk really fast, and I apologize, because it's just me trying to get it through to you. But I feel a good feeling right now. I feel like things are feeling better and balanced, and this energy, though it's confusing, and it will be through the 20th of February when it ends, there's still things that you're actually, like, you've got your mind and your eye on the big picture, which is very appropriate and apropos for the types of personalities you are. So you don't really let things sway you too much. You're aware of them, but you still have that ability to just keep focused and keep it going. Even during retrogrades, for heaven's sakes, life has to go on. Let me read to you your messages, though, under the 3 major categories, because we have the first one, which is the category of overall energy. That's the catalyst bringing you to this reading, what's happening in this relationship thus far. And so your first message for every single Virgo and Scorpio connection is the, I'm sorry, I'm still learning these. They're so beautiful. This is my Star Spinner Tarot deck, which I just got for Christmas and I absolutely love. The King of Coins. There you go. Okay. Well, I got a little bit of chills, to be honest with you. The coins represent the earth quality. That's you, Virgo. Very much in your energy right now. And we have, the moon is still in Sagittarius. It will be going into Capricorn, which is going to be extremely complementary to you as well. The moon is your internal part, you know, the part that you keep inside, but it's your emotions, your dreams, your aspirations, and you're not necessarily outward about them. Sometimes you would be, but it's what you feel and how you react to the situations in your life. And it's about your stability, and it's about knowing you can make anything happen. And you're feeling pretty good right now. I don't know what's going on exactly. This is a general reading. But I will say that you know that you work hard. You know that you're not the type to just, you know, frivolously, you know, spend or do things that are outside the box too much in this for the sake of obviously having the stability and security you need. So the kings are pretty much the mature aspect of that. And they are, you know what, I'm so sorry. I apologize. And this is what's been happening, but I will stand up and I will be accountable for it. This is the knight. It's not the king, but it's still the same idea. It's everything I said, but the knight is obviously younger than the king, and the knight represents messages. So something about your finances in a positive way is coming to you. Now, it could be slow and moving, especially with the retrograde, but absolutely letting you know, for the two of you who are individually in this connection, that you absolutely are going to getting the news you've been waiting for. And I feel like a lot of us know what that is, because it does have to do with the Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus influences, all of which have to do with money, all of which in many ways have to do with tradition, authority, government, you know, institutions, those types of things. When it comes to the Capricorns and the Taurans and the Virgos, they're the steadfast, the normal things we are generally used to having to consider in regards to money and, you know, ways to receive it, I guess I'm trying to say. And so that's coming. That is coming. And just want to put it out there, because of the Aquarian influences this whole year, and then air in general for the next 600 plus is a predominance going away from Earth. All of these structures and these well-known establishments and ways of doing things and traditions are slowly being stripped away. And don't let that make you fearful. It happens through every single lifetime and every single century and everything. I feel like I've lived in this particular life through some of the biggest changes that could possibly have ever occurred, but I'm sure people feel that way every century. They say, oh my gosh. It seems like it's a lot more's happened in a shorter period of time, and I would imagine you'd agree in some respect, right? But the stripping away of the normalcies and adding to new and more inventive ideas, ways that work better for everybody, that's in the picture. But this is beautiful. So there's that stability there that's really important. And if it is not about money, it's about your relationship and feeling good, you know, and maybe getting information about where you can have your wedding venue happening. I don't know how much it'll cost. Maybe a new job opportunity is coming through for one or two of you, either of you that may have lost a job or something. You've been waiting and you're okay, but you're like, I'd like to hear that information. Well, that's coming through. And I'd be very surprised if it didn't happen by the new moon on the 11th. So I'll get back to that. One of the luckiest days of the year will be on February 11th. It's in regards to love, it's in regards to finances, anything you want, and it is the new moon. And I always light my new moon intentions candles for all of you because it's so incredibly powerful and potent to do that and to write down things you need and want and have intentions to achieve. And it's all working in your favor. And we want to really utilize those energies, right? When we know and hear about them. And I always like to share that with you. The second category is the possible blessings or obstacles. Wow. Honestly, this is what this, I mean, yes, the year started and I'm grateful and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. But there's a lot of stuff that's the same right now. But it's slowly moving towards what we're wanting, seeing the changes that have to happen. And your blessings / obstacles is the Ace of Wands. Talk about that fiery, incredible, motivated ambition, which is what the moon in Sagittarius will also inspire you to feel and to believe and trust. Sagittarius is all about optimism, ruled by Jupiter. Just what opportunity, all opportunities, being at the right place at the right time, love connections, happiness, feeling good, just feeling incredibly positive, and look at this. It's also the card of, sexuality. I'm not going to lie. That's another definite meaning of this card. It's something good's going on there for you. I don't want to elaborate on that, but you'll know what it is. You'll know who that is. There's a certain few of you out there. Hopefully more of a percentage than not. And yeah, this is absolutely good. And the yellow, the vibrancy, the solar plexus, the power and empowerment to fully believe and achieve and recognize your abilities to move forward with your ambitions. Absolutely beautiful. So whatever that information with the money is, like a new investment or a new job, you're just knowing that, okay, this is the time, this is it. Timing is everything, right? Now, you may resonate with this right away, you may not. But just know anytime you watch this is perfectly acceptable, and it does take some time as well. There's no linear, time when it comes to spirituality and messages. Oops, this came out, so I'm going for it. So this is the final category for this highlighted connection, and it's under finances. It is, because finances is another form of energy, and it's important to all of us. And I feel like it's especially been a very pronounced message I've been getting to share with you, so I use this as a category. It's also your stability, your security, your things you can touch, feel, and you have the Fool. So that's a major arcana, and it kind of is self-explanatory. The Fool is the 0, the beginning of the journey, the open-hearted, open-minded, just let it happen. Let's take the risk. I know not what will happen. I release, I surrender, I let go. And it just feels phenomenal because you want to be that way at this point. There's a lot of control, a lot of these two elements and signs of Virgo and Scorpio are very known for being in control and having in that tendency, and you do really well. It's nothing negative at all. It's just, there are times when, things are out of your control. There are times you can definitely control things like your thoughts, the people you love, and so forth. But it's really good to let it go and just know. Just know with every cell of your body, it's going to be okay and everything will work out exactly the way it needs to. That's a lesson in itself. Not one that comes easily to me at times, but it's getting better. I know at times when I'm like, oh, I gotta let this go. I can't, but this is absolutely beautiful. So I feel great. Once I said at the beginning, I was feeling great, inspirational, powerful, joyful energy coming through. So I'm glad that is Spirit's working with me, and we're co-creating as I do this reading. And I love the illustrations, and they're light. These are more pastel-y because that's a beautiful thing. The green, of course, is heart and the passion that we have, the drive we have. So I love that reading for you. And like I said, I truly hope that you are connecting with it. And I'm going to move on to the oracle messages. And this is for every single beautiful Virgo in the world and all of your connections, because we can get along with everybody. And I know most of us know somebody in each zodiac sign. There's just some that we just tend to feel, you know, a certain way about, you know, and a lot of times we kind of resonate towards that. And it's magical, and it's continuously being shown throughout the years I've studied and well before I ever knew about astrology. So yeah, there's reason for it, but it's really wonderful, and I find it really intriguing and exciting. And these messages are just to add to that, to bring you that encouragement and enlightenment about what's really happening in the mystical aspect of things of our life we can't really see, but we know are still happening. This is the Psychic Tarot for the heart. So I'm going to pull one for you, and then I'm going to read the awaiting results. Well, that's pretty appropriate for the Knight of Pentacles, the message coming. And also it is interesting and appropriate for the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde. So a lot of things get held back. It's really kind of the whole energy a lot of times of the Hangman, which is representative of Pisces. And we're going to be entering into Pisces at the end of the month season. But just like, once again, letting it go, allowing, seeing a new perspective. I mean, it is a person hanging upside down, but there's a peacefulness to it. A time to rest, retreat, and kind of rethink things, you know, reevaluate all the re's when it's retrograde, and let it be. 7 can be an extremely lucky number, right? Now, I know, once I did my homework, in this particular deck, we have it sectioned into several categories. There's the chakras, and then there's the different color borders that represent the different energies. So the red is the energy of Pentacles. How perfect is that for you, Virgo? Because that's what you are. You are the coins of the Pentacles. And so we'll go into here and see right away where that is. Where is that? Okay, it's further up here. I apologize, because it's just a matter of... Here we go. 7. 7 is also in numerology the number of working through difficulties and things that are needing to be addressed, you know, and getting it done, which is what you do, Virgo. You just detail-oriented, very, very, I don't know, overly, excessively interested in, you know, order and maybe sometimes cleanliness and things like that, that I think is important. I'm right there with you. I love you for that. I appreciate that myself. That's just me. So, awaiting results. Keywords: patience, assessment, outcome, and alternatives. You've put much energy into creating and attracting the relationships you desire and are eager to see the positive results. Patience is needed, however. Reshaping attitudes and beliefs takes time. Refining yourself so that you attract just the right person is a process. If you find yourself becoming frustrated at the apparent lack of visible change, step back and focus on something other than your relationships for a while. When you're feeling more detached, you'll be in a better place or position to notice any improvements. Well, I mean, that's beautiful information. I like that. I think we all can use a dose of that. And especially when, for example, this past year, if you have been in close proximity to this wonderful person that your friend or whatever it is, connection, that means a great deal to you, but sometimes, you know, less is more, right? So that's happened. I've been hearing it. I understand it, and I feel it. Not for me. I have a kid, and that's my main thing. And that's been a lot, let me tell you. But there's a lot of love there, and I just want to say that, yeah, just stepping back. That's always a good thing to remind ourselves about. And that's your main message with that. So the next category, of course, or not category, but the next oracle deck, which I love and I've had for many years, is my Healing with the Angels by Doreen Virtue. You know, she's just been, and I got to see her. I didn't get picked on, darn it! But I love her, and I love her insights, and she has tons of books and all sorts of things. And I think she's basically retired, living in Hawaii with many, many rescue animals. Huge heart. I'm going to pick this for you because it fell. Here we go. Intention. So yeah, there's a lot to be said about that, because right now there's so much information with this Aquarian energy affecting every one of us. Information, news, communication, expression, mind, it's thoughts, it's everything. What is your intention? What do you want to set straight, even during this retrograde, which won't be much longer, for the new moon, to set your sights on what you truly, truly want, because intention is so much a part of manifestation. But it's not all the manifestation. So that's my segue to the next oracle divination, which is my favorite, one of my favorites. The Super Attractor Manifestation deck. It is my beautiful oracle that gives me insight, and it gives me what I call affirmations or mantras that I can talk and say over and over and over to increase the ability to change my energy into the positive, like attracts like, kind of law of attraction thing that has to happen. This has come up many times, and I've been shuffling along and beforehand, but I love it. And it says, I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. And you most certainly are. And just so you know, the star is the wishes and dreams and the intentions we have, yes. And the other really cool thing about it is the star tarot card is the representation of Aquarius. So it's really on, and you're really jiving with it in a positive, beautiful way. I love this reading. For all Virgos, you're highlighted, but all of your connections. I would love you to join my channel. If you haven't, please do subscribe, like, share, comment. It just takes a moment, but it shows me the love. And it's a beautiful reciprocation that's, it's a beautiful thing to do. So if you feel so inclined. But I do want to say that I appreciate you, and I hope you are well and will continue to be well, and that you are feeling the love and embracing it for everything it is. And until next time, thank you and bye for now. Try to get over here. I think I need to make a little more room. What do you say?